The Evil Within was released in the October of 2014 and was developed by Tango Gameworks and published by Bethesda Softworks. So Bethesda do make, well, they don't make, but they publish some horror games. So it's not all Starfield, Elder Scrolls and Fallout. And this game was released across PC, PlayStations 3 and 4 and Xbox 360 and Xbox One. And I still remember picking it up on the day it released and enjoying the hell out of it. This is pretty old school survival horror. The game is also very graphically impressive, especially now considering its age, and you take control of the character Sebastian Castellanos. Nailed it. I think that's his name. I apologise if I've mispronounced that, but I'm sorry. And Sebastian gets dragged through all manner of weird shit, to be honest, and you fight even weirder shit using a combination of melee weapons and obviously guns, where of course it's survival horror, so ammo is scarce. There is a stealth element, so you can sneak about. The game is centered around 15 chapters and is a very good length. It can be quite intense, especially the intro part, which I'm showing here on this gameplay. I don't want to show too much from later on in the game because people complain about that, and also it's just playing it safe, to be honest. I got picked this up originally on Xbox One, but I didn't actually complete it until I picked up the Steam version on PC a year or so later, and I completed it on PC. And even though the game is incredibly weird, eventually, when it gets to the end, you'll find out why. Now, I haven't played the sequel, but I do have it in my Steam library ready to go, and I will play through that one eventually one day. However, just replaying through The Evil Within now, as it's October as of recording this, which is the spooky season, I really wanted to go back and revisit The Evil Within. This game is incredibly cool and does enable you to upgrade Sebastian via going through mirrors in specific places, and you sit in this chair in what's effectively like a hospital situation. It's very weird. You just kind of got to go with it, and you can apply skill points. You collect these jars of brain jizz or whatever the hell that is, and then you can select and upgrade Sebastian's giblets. So pretty much standard fare there, which is pretty cool. Now, you can use a revolver, which is pretty much what you get towards the beginning of the game. There's also a shotgun, sniper rifle, knife, there's grenades, there's the crossbow, which is pretty cool, so you can fire different bolts of being able to freeze enemies or blind them or electrocute them or even blow them up. And blowing shit up, as we know, is always pretty cool. There are a load of like personal documents and lore that's scattered as well throughout, so you got some stuff to look forward to. There's all kinds of detail in the game which is pretty impressive, and you get towards the beginning of the game you get hold of a lantern, and you're going to want to keep that on, because if you select the recommended brightness of the game, it can get pretty dark in places, and like I said earlier, get pretty freaky. This game can be incredibly intense, and the further along you get in the game, the absolute weirder it gets. Now, you can unlock several bonuses for completing the game. You can earn extra weapons, character models, you can unlock Nightmare and Akuma difficulties. I don't think Akuma is any relation to Akuma from Street Fighter, but obviously Akuma being the hardest one. There's also New Game Plus as well, which is pretty cool, so you can replay through the game with New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty to give yourself at least some edge. Now, you can also mooch around and find keys to unlock certain doors, and there are certain areas that need to be discovered, and it's pretty standard fare for survival horror. If you played a Resident Evil or a Silent Hill, then you pretty much know what you're getting in for. I cannot recommend The Evil Within enough. This game is fantastic and definitely a must-play game, especially around the spooky season. So please let me know in the comments down below if you've played The Evil Within, or if this game or the sequel just passed you by. And as always, thank you very much for watching.